We have a lot of common rooms, so there's a lot of support for socializing, for studying.
I go to GSD and have a community there, but to also have people that you know at home adds to the whole experience.
Here at the Graduate Commons program, I am constantly meeting new people. I learn about new cultures.
And the community is a very rich community. It's a community of people not only from every state in the US, but from every country in the world.
I love being here because it's introduced me to people that I would have never otherwise met.
The Graduate Commons program came out of this idea that while graduate students at Harvard were having a great experience academically, they really weren't meeting that many people kind of outside of their schools, and when they came home to their little apartments in Cambridge and in Somerville and the surrounding areas, they kind of came home and went inside themselves. So Harvard Real Estate, along with several other graduate schools, got together, and while we built all these fantastic new buildings, they also decided to put staff and faculty to actually create intentional programs for our graduate community.
The affiliation for us at the School of Education with the Graduate Commons program is it provides our students with a wonderful opportunity to live in a community of students across the Harvard graduate schools and participate in activities, events, scholarly activities that helps them link what they're doing in the classroom with their living experience here. We do not have housing for our students, so this was a wonderful opportunity for our students to be able to live on campus and have that social component.
President Faust has a vision of creating what she calls one university. And this is a place where one university plays out every day.
I have learned so much from having friends at the law school, having friends who do engineering and all sorts of science research. It really has broadened my intellectual horizons.
It's a very enriching experience to be a part of a multicultural population. Here at the Graduate Commons program, there are students who come from Asia, Europe, Africa.
I'm very much convinced that our students are going to go out based on what they've done here and really change the world. And I'm convinced that rather than detracting from the intensity of their work, this is the kind of thing that one really needs to be able to encourage people to do their very best work. They need friends, they need colleagues, they need people who aren't working on exactly what they're working on to talk to. And I think this really reminds us of the human nature of universities and academic institutions, and what's the environment in which people will do their best work.
If you really ask me, I believe that 50% of the learning does indeed take place in the classroom. But the other 50% takes place from meeting this fantastic variety of students that come to Harvard. And it's through their experiences, through the things that they have to say, through the things that they have lived, that Harvard becomes such a marking experience for all of us.
The Graduate Commons program is an innovative endeavor here at Harvard University that's designed to put the whole person, that is the graduate student as a whole person, into the picture. And it's designed to create a social and academic environment that is a kind of safe space after hours for students to, first of all, meet one another from different disciplines and different schools, where they can have good conversation, also some food and some entertainment. And what it attempts to do is to enrich the graduate school experience by, in a sense, providing people with a home away from home.
For me, the Masters of Law program is particularly intense because it's only 1 year in duration. We have significant research and writing requirements to do within that year. And what certainly drew me to the 10 Akron and Graduate Commons program is the ability to interact with scholars from outside of my discipline. So to get a chance to interact with someone from the business school or the Kennedy School of Government or the Divinity School is just a fantastic experience.
I think one of the things students love about living in the Graduate Commons is access to faculty, access to these world-renowned scholars, and they sometimes get to sit in a room with people that are, on the cover of Time magazine, and they're in a room, there's only 15 people. It's really, really exciting for some of our students. And Dr. Carrasco and Dr. Lerner are instrumental in bringing those scholars to the Graduate Commons.
I think one of the cool things is that the professors that came to speak here were high caliber. So unless you were taking a class across the yard or at the law school or another school, you wouldn't have access to them. So the fact that they're coming here and taking time out of their day in the evening of all times, so it doesn't really interfere with your class schedule, was actually a really beneficial thing. For example, this year they have Dr. Benson coming from the Harvard Medical School. I've been trying to watch this guy speak for the last 10 years.
Last year, myself and several of the students had a wonderful dinner with Roland Fryer, who's one of the hotshot economists in the economics department. Amazing opportunity. Never would have happened but for the Graduate Commons program.
The idea is that this is not just enrichment for the fun of enrichment. Most people agree that the really complex, hard problems facing our society are ones that are going to require people working together from multiple disciplines. So, for example, how are we going to make progress on global warming unless the chemist knows the economist and they in turn know the marketing student?
Well, I think that they recharge their batteries in a different way when there are these kind of events, and they can separate themselves from this study and these responsibilities, and I think that that is very relaxing and enriching to them too, and I think that also gives them this extra space to, elaborate even what they're thinking about their work.
It's the best decision I've made since coming to Harvard. As a student, you only have so much time, so make the most of your time. Don't go home and lock yourself up in the library. Come out and make sure you're making those connections with people who are going to help you make a difference in this world.